Hey guys, it's me. I know I said I was going to post every Friday, and considering that I've only did like 2 videos before this, and I already got not consistent last week, and honestly this probably won't be posted on Friday either, because I have things to do, guys. I can't help that I'm a busy woman. And I'm always booked and busy. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know why I didn't, I'm not going to lie. Confession, because I remember I said I would start off every video with a confession. I'm not gonna lie, school is kicking my ass. School's doing me in. Okay, I can't handle the shits anymore. Well, and thank God I don't have to, because today was actually the last day of my first year of college. It was, and that's actually what I'm going to be talking about today. College, and maybe what you should expect the first year. Or personally, I'm just going to be talking about my experience with the first year. A lot kind of happened, but not really that much. Like shit that probably would have happened even if I didn't move here. It probably would have still happened eventually. So last year in August, or maybe it was June or July, or I don't remember, I moved to college. I moved away from my hometown, and that shit did not welcome me. Y'all did not welcome me, by the way. There's a few cool people, but to this day, I don't talk to anybody from there. I don't really talk to that many people from my hometown, I'm not gonna lie, because y'all are weird. Most of it's kind of my fault. I don't talk to a lot of people from there, but it's low-key a choice. Like, I talked to a few people. I talked to Kayla. Love you, girl. If you're watching this, love you. I talked to Jaylee. Love you if you're watching this. I don't really talk to a lot of people. Sometimes, like, me and Leah would talk to each other. Leah, guys, I don't know if you know, but that was my ride or die in elementary school, especially towards the end. And out of all the friendships I've had, whenever we fell out, it was nasty. It was nasty. Me and Leah one day we just started hanging out with 2 different people. Like, that was literally it. It's cool shits. I don't know how I got there, but anyway. Yeah, I don't really talk to a lot of people from my hometown because, like, y'all are weird and messy and young too. Most of the people that I do know, they were in the grades lower than me, so like they're much younger than me anyway. So they're just a little immature. That's all. Some of them are real mean bitches. I've heard terrible things, but that's besides the point. I'll be talking about my first year in college. I would say I'm like giving advice, but my biggest fear is that I sound like a man with a podcast. You know what I mean? Like, men just get on podcasts and start giving unsolicited advice that nobody asked for, and it wouldn't even be beneficial in their own life. So that's kind of my biggest fear, is that I start a podcast and like start giving advice, and then everybody's like, hold on, this bitch is not making any sense. So if I ever do start giving advice, just know that I obviously meant well with the advice, and I didn't even mean to give it, but I probably will give some advice in this, I'm not gonna lie, and it will be good because I've experienced it, so I know. So anyways, I moved in to this little student complex thing, a little apartment. I did quit my job at Burger King, and you guys know I was notorious for that. I worked there for 2 years, and then I quit, and I've been unemployed ever since. That's been almost a year now. The unemployment, I should have to make a whole nother episode about that, unemployment. Okay? And guys, I'm not a bum. I just do ask my mom for money a lot. I do have to get a summer job. And I'm getting PTSD thinking about the workplace. Because you guys know. You know how that fucking Burger King was, but that's besides the point. The point is that, college, right. Sorry, my brain is everywhere. I moved here with 3 of my other BFFs, ride or dies at the time, and now it's just me and my sister. We're the only 2 that made it out of here alive. It was Demaya and Hannah, by the way. You guys probably already knew that, but they both moved out. Now it's just me and Armaya, and college, I would give it a solid, maybe like a 4 out of 10. I'm not gonna lie. I've made a lot of great friends. I've had a lot of good experiences, but college, I was 17 or 18 when I was thinking about college. So in my head, I'm like, party. Fuck them grades. This is not like school. It's not school for adults. I don't know what the hell I was thinking, but when reality hit and it was 2 to 3 essays due every week, and during the first semester, I was like, oh, this is not what I signed up for, but yeah, it was. That is exactly what I signed up for, and it's okay, because it looks like I really don't have a shirt on, but should I pull it up high like this? So, yeah, that look good, but yeah, so I will start off with the first semester. The first semester was hell. I was ready to die. I'm not even gonna lie. I was ready to drop off, and at one point, I literally just got to a point where but at one point, my GPA was a 1.9. And to me, I was like, shit, I'm on top of bitches, because other people would show me their GPAs, and I'd be like, but I did it got to a point where I was like, I started telling people, I was like, yeah, I got a 1.9. This boy came up to me that I went to school with, 4.0. And I was like, how is this possible? Maybe I'm stupid, but how is it possible to have a 4.0? I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below. But then that locked me in. And after the first semester, my GPA was a 2.7. It is currently a 2.7. But today was the last day of the second semester. And I'm not going to lie, I took pride in my little 2.7 because I don't even think it's going to be that. I don't think it's going to be that. I don't think it's going to be a 2.7. I'll be happy with the 2.0, I'm not going to lie. Because the second semester, I was a little more prepared, so it wasn't as bad. But I will, deep dive into the first semester. I just remember, the first semester, I had 4 classes, English, math, and history, and a fucking art online class. And I hate online classes. I'm not going to lie. I love in-person classes. I just like to be interactive. It helps me. I'm not going to lie. My online class was art, and it was stupid. It was pretty fucking stupid. I passed it with a D. During my first semester, it was just a lot going on. A lot was going on. Everybody was confused. Everybody who went to my little dumbass public school, they were all confused. And I went to a community college. It became like a state college this year or last year or something. I don't know. But it's a community college, and a lot of kids from my school just went there. And I be seeing them all the time. It's like a little reunion. But yeah, don't expect to have too much fun in the first semester. I barely met, I'm not going to lie, most of the people I met, it did not come from the college I went to. I haven't barely met anyone actually interacting with people through college. Most of the people I met just because we live in the same building, and they're cool as hell. The people I met on my own. Anytime I've been introduced to somebody by somebody else. But also, I did live in a really small town, so I'm meeting a bunch of different people, to say. A lot of more things are more cool here than they would have been in where I'm from. But also, living here has shown me how racist my old town was. Even though I knew they were a little conservative, being here has really showed me, yeah, it's not normal just to go around getting called the N-word left and right by white people, which I didn't accept it, but they did it so much, people were just they're just gonna say it, they're just gonna say it. That's not normal, just to let you guys know. But yeah, first semester, it was really, 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 really bad. If you can make it through the first one, you can make it through the second one, I'm not gonna lie. But I did think that, but the other days, I was asking one of my friends that I met here, I was like, during your freshman year, was the first semester or the second semester harder? And she was like, the second semester whooped my ass. I was like, damn, girl, I'm sorry. That first one had me beat. When the second semester started, I was actually ready, because after the first one, I didn't really know what to expect because I never did college. Neither one of my parents went to college. They both started taking online classes for college this year, but I never had no kind of experience in college shit. So I didn't know how this. I have no idea how this worked. I didn't even know you could pick your own, zero ideas, and I was just like, oh, oh. But yeah, the second semester was way better than the first one. That's why I think next year speaking of next year, guys, let me know if you think I should take some summer classes, because I really, really don't want to, but everybody I've been talking to says it's a good idea to go ahead and like take at least one summer class, because it don't count as a full semester, and the class will be shorter and it's easier. So I'm like, oh, hold on, that's a good idea. And because I just found out that even though I'm a freshman right now, I still need 4 more credit hours to be technically a sophomore next year. Are y'all fucking with me? Round that shit up. Like, y'all want somebody to stay in college so bad. I'm getting out of here as soon as I can. So I think I am going to take summer classes. I know that will be mature of me, and I know I will hate it, because I really do need a break from the school shit. Like, y'all don't know, like, the way I tried to end my life a few days ago because of the math final is ridiculous. I'm not gonna, like, I was really stressed out. Like, I laid in the floor back here and put a blanket over my whole body and cried like this. Also, I'm on my period though, so I don't really think that has anything to do with it. I've been bad at math for as long as I can breathe, but I don't know. When the second semester started, in my head I was like, yeah, we're finna eat up. And I ate up as much as I could until it started to become, until it became BS. When bullshit started to happen, I was like, I can't do no more. Like my science class this semester, I can't even get into it. All I'm going to say is we dead ass asked him for a study guide and he said no. For the final, by the way. A study guide for the final. He said no. That should be, and like, also, just prepare to deal with these bitch ass professors. I'm not gonna lie, because the same professor that said no to a final held me after class. By the way, this is college. This is not elementary or high school. He held me after class to say, you were 1 minute late, so I'm going to mark you tardy today. Y'all give a fuck about tardies? I did not know that. I got there at 11. I actually walked in at 11 and sit down at 11:01. Mark me tardy. I don't even have time to get into that because, like, I was, like, pissed off. And y'all know, if you don't know, just know that in high school, I did not play with them teachers. I did not play with them. I'm not going to lie, I was disrespectful to a point. But that's just because they were disrespecting me. But now if a teacher disrespects me, I'm just going to walk the other way. Or I'm just going to call my mom and vent to her right quick. And get over it. But I've actually had a lot of cool teachers. Like, my English professor this semester was actually a man. And I was like, oh, okay. Because last semester it was a woman. I probably shouldn't say her name, but you guys, if you've gone to, you know who this woman is, and she's an English teacher. She's miserable. I think she's miserable with her own life. No tea, no shade. If this, like, gets screen recorded and she sees it, girl, no tea, no shade, but you did tell my sister that she seems vulnerable, so you're going to pick on her in front of the whole class because she makes an easy target. She would never say that to me. I had to stand on all 10 toes with her. One time, we were, like, she was partnering us up in classes, and if I'm in the classroom with my sister, why would I not partner up with her? If we can pick our own partners, why would I not partner up with her? So me and I partner up together, and this woman is going to say in front of the whole classroom, oh, you two can't work together. I want you guys to actually make some friends. Bitch, don't worry about my friends, sorry, see? Like, why would she say that? In front of the whole class, by the way. Does anybody else in here have any friends? Raise your hand if you have friends. Hands are down. Nobody's raising hands. That's what I thought. You're trying to make fun. That shit is not okay. So she came up to us afterwards, and I'm not gonna lie, I gave her the dirtiest look I've ever gave anyone in my life. And I was like, she's gonna stop in front of me, and she said, I didn't mean to embarrass you. And I was like, well, you didn't embarrass me. It just seemed like you really did try. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it was really weird. And she was like, oh, I just thought since you guys were sisters, you would read each other's papers. Why? I don't even read my own papers. Why am I reading hers? Like, are you dumb? And I was like, so you don't have a sister? And she was like, yeah, I do. We're just 13 years of age apart. And I was like, do you be reading her papers? And she was like, no. And I was like, thank you. I'm not reading everybody's work. You're stupid. But I think she was just trying to piss me off. And it did work. I am going to let you guys know because there is an app where you can rate your professors. And that's basically doing the same thing. Her name is Miss Ray. So if you get Miss Ray, English teacher, just be careful. I actually did kind of like her for the most part. I'm not going to lie. Like, she was okay, but she was weird. She was really weird. So if you get Miss Ray, English professor, and you go to, all I can do is pray for you, because she's a bitch. The first and the second semester were a pain, but I'm here now. Not dead, untouched, not hurt. My feelings did get hurt several times for several different reasonings, but I did take my psychology final today, and I studied for like a total of 2 hours for the whole entire thing. That's also again my fault. I made a 74 on it, which I'm up. I'm up. 74 is good for me. My sister made, y'all know Armaya's a genius, so I'm not going to embarrass and eat me up like that. But college, it's okay. It's okay. I've met a lot of different people. The experience of college is a good one. I'm not gonna lie. It's a good experience. I mean, it's definitely school. The romance, the drama, the people you meet, it's all one big thing. To be honest, the boys around this area have helped me realize my truth. I'm a lesbian. Thank you guys. I'm just gonna tell you all my business, and I'm not gonna lie. I linked up with one person. Y'all know I don't be fucking or nothing. We didn't do, and I'm not gonna lie. Now when I sit back and think about it, the other day, this happened during the first semester, so it was a while ago. I was thinking like, was he trying to? Because if I tell y'all all the details, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, girl, he was thinking about something that you weren't. And I was like, oh. Sorry, I'm not gonna lie. I sat 3 feet from him the whole time. If y'all watch my old podcast, you already know I already talked about this once. And if you haven't watched it, don't be asking for a feature. I already said this one time, because I know y'all everybody who be asking to be on here, just come on, okay? Just come on. Just walk through the door and just come on. And the only qualifications are that you have to watch all the episodes I post. I feel like that's not asking for too much. Okay? The boys here are really weird. No offense, no tea or no shade. Like, you guys kind of act like the princesses. Like you're really princessed out, or you're just kind of creepy and you don't pick up hints. And it's okay, but if you're watching this, just take that with a grain of salt and probably use it in your everyday life. But I did meet, not every single one of them were like that, just the majority. I met some cool shit, so I'm not gonna lie. But talking to the girls here, they're all either studs or straight. And nothing's wrong with the stud. The studs are fine. The first interaction I've had with a stud here, I'm not going to say too much. Just, she's weird. She's weird too. I'm not going to lie. She was calling me mamas by the pool and stuff. And I don't really like that mama shit, but she was fine. So I was just like letting it roll. And we actually ran back into each other one time by some crazy events that happened. Someone's like, do you know her? And I said no. I'm not going to lie. I said no. I do not know this woman. No, she was like, yeah, we met before, and it was kind of awkward because I was just hoping she was going to go along with it, but she didn't. But no, then I talked to some shits that are act like they love girls, but then they be straight as hell. And you know what? Live your straight truth if that's what you like. But I don't like the experiment. I don't like the experiment shits. I don't like that. I'm too emotional, maybe I think for it. I don't know, but. If college has taught me everything, is wrap it up and be careful. And your sneaky links are not going to be sneaky links. They're going to let everybody know that you're sneaking around together. I'm not lying to you. They're going to tell everybody. So if you're trying to keep it on the low, just don't fuck. I'm not going to lie. Because they be telling everybody out your business. I find out some crazy shit, so I'm not going to lie. Anyway. Also, another thing I've learned from college, experience-wise, not when it comes to the schoolwork. Because fuck that schoolwork. I'm not going to lie, fuck that schoolwork, but you do have to do it. You do have to do it, and you do actually have to try. You can't just half-ass it, I'm not going to lie. But fuck it at the same time. But it does have to get done. But college, every single opportunity I get and someone asks me about college, I would say yes to every single side quest. Someone told me that, and my life started turning up. I was like, hold on. Anyways, but yeah. One of my favorite side quests of this semester for me was the most random encounterment. I'll probably never do this again because in my head I was like, for the plot. No, bitch, you're stupid. But I'm walking outside of my room, me and Divine when she lives here. We're walking outside of our room and these two boys run by us. And one of them looks like a little shit I used to talk to back when I lived, And I was like, but they look young as hell, but I'm not really thinking. Honestly, when I see people out in public, I don't give them a second thought. I just keep walking. Unless they have like a cute bag or something, I'd be like, ooh, cute bag. But anyways, So I keep walking, and I'm waiting for Demai to come outside the room because I was already outside in the hallway waiting for her. The boys run past us, and they run back, and they run again, and they stop us to say, "Do y'all have a lighter?" And I look at Demaya, and I'm like, "A lighter for what? What are y'all about to get into?" Cause y'all look, I'm not trying to be in their business, but in my head I was like, they look young as hell. Like, what could they be doing with a lighter at where I live? And they were like, "Yeah, we're about to smoke." And we were like, "Oh, we can get y'all a lighter." And so we gave them a lighter, and they were like, "Thanks, Emil. Like, y'all are so cool." I'm like, "I'm gonna need that lighter back." They say, "How about y'all just come smoke with us?" Me and Demaya are skeptical because we know fentanyl is real, so we were like, "Okay, y'all look cool. Y'all are okay." But what made us so comfortable with these individuals were because while Demaya was inside getting the lighter, I was like outside of our apartment talking to them, and I was like, "So how old are y'all?" And one of them said 17. I was like, "What are you doing here?" And one of them said, "I'm 22. Mind you, he's this tall from the ground, 5'3", maybe 5'2". And I was like, "You are not 22. You're not 22. He's like, "Yes, I am. Yes, I am." And I almost started to believe him, but I also know that all anybody does is lie. So I was like, "You are not fucking 20. He says I'm 16. 16? What the hell are you doing here? So I was like, "What are y'all doing here?" And they start giving me their full lore, full tea. One of them's running away from his mom because he skipped school and the school called her and he got in trouble, so he ran away from home. And then the other one's he's just driving. The 17-year-old one is just driving. But we smoked with them. We were just having the yep session of our lives. And I wasn't thinking, like, why am I smoking with a 17 and a 16-year-old at 19? Because, like, really the age difference isn't that bad. But what the fuck are they doing here? Why did I agree to that? Demaya was also there. I just can't tell you from her perspective because I'm not her. But the side quests are always super tea. My second request is to be for college is just talk to people. Just talk. Just start talking. Even if they seem a little standoffish or shy, just keep talking. People love that shit, I'm not gonna lie. They're gonna act like, if someone's like, "Why is this bitch talking to me in public?" Fuck them. Most of the time when you start talking to people, they just start talking back, and that's how you make a friend. I'm not gonna lie. I started doing that in classes recently. You just start talking to them, and they'll start talking back. A lot of the time, it does take a lot of trial and error. I do talk to people out in public sometimes, and they just look at me and keep going. I don't know what that's all about, but I know my mom would be proud if she saw how much I was interacting with, like, random people outside. Because I used to, like, I don't really like random human interaction. Like, let's just keep going about our business. But now it's like, oh, okay. It's not too bad. College wasn't, like, the worst decision I've ever made in my life ever. But I did think about dropping out several times. Knowing good and well that I'm actually not ever going to drop out. I hate quitting anything. I'm not going to lie. Like, I just have to... I already started, now I have to finish. Thing about college is, like, I'm not going to lie. Don't expect to keep your friends from your hometown. I'm friends with probably one person still. That's Diamond. Girl, you know you're my girl. And she don't even count for real. We would have been friends regardless, but anybody else who I was friends with, we barely talk ever. Like, we Snapchat each other, but, like, we don't ever have real life conversations. Kayla, because the other day guys, college is hard. I was crying. And I was in the shower, and I sent her a picture. I didn't know she was going to be able to tell I was crying because I was in the shower. I was like, and she was like, "Are you crying?" And I was like, "Girl, always." I'm always crying. It's college. She was like, "Girl, you know I'm here for you. I love you down." Mind you, Kayla has her own life. Kayla has a baby. And she's still checking out. She's still out here checking on me. So that just really raised the standards for me. So, no tea or no shade, but if we haven't been talking, it's probably my fault. But at the same time, it's probably yours too. Anyways, I have met a whole lot of different people. Lots of people. Somebody who I'm friends with through somebody else the other day. I met her for the first time. One of my friend's friends. I don't like her, I'm not going to lie, but she really likes me. And she's a bitch, I'm not going to lie. And the mutual friend, mind you, I don't know this. I'm second time meeting her, by the way. She starts laughing in my face about the beef that my friend had with... I don't know if this is making sense to y'all, but anyway. To sum it up, the bitch starts laughing in my face loud as fuck. If you're watching this, you probably already know how I get down. Simply got up and walked away. That's all I did. No words were needed. All I said was that shit's not funny to me, and I sat there for a few minutes, and she was still laughing. And the more that I think about it, I feel like this bitch got over on me. She was laughing in my face. I mean, she's cool for the most part, but she was like saying little slick petty shit to me that I don't fuck with. I'm not gonna lie. So I probably won't ever hang out with her ever again, unless it's like by accident. But just prepare for the people you meet. I'll say that much. Like, you're not gonna get along with everybody you meet, but you can keep it cordial. I'll say that much. But I don't know. College sucks. I'm not gonna lie, but I'll come back in 4 or 5 years, guys, and I'll give you a real update of if it was worth it or not. I feel like you should try it to see if it's your cup of tea. Like, I just hate school, so I don't know why I think I like college, but I didn't like high school. Like, I hated the work too, but the work here, like the work in college, is not bad. Like, when they assign you an assignment, you can understand why they would assign you that. I'm not gonna lie, you're like, oh, okay. Sometimes I'm like, when it comes to my math classes, I don't understand. I'm not gonna lie. I have no idea what any of that has to do with anything, but I'm not gonna bitch too much about it. I hate complaining and I hate hearing it, so this video is more of a warning. Just prepare for what college is gonna give you. Like, just have fun too, because I'm not gonna lie, this year did go by really quick. I made a lot of great friends. I would say some advice is like get a 21 plus friend, but you're not actually gonna have to look that hard. Ask anybody, they'll do it. I'm not gonna lie. The experience I've had so far is cool. When it comes to the work, it makes me feel like I'm not good enough. I'm not gonna lie. I can like base my worth off of the thing I'm most focused on, and that's like a red flag of mine, because like, since I'm so focused on college, that's the only thing that's getting all of my time. I'm not making straight A's and 100s. I start feeling like, what the fuck am I even good for? Girl, you don't give a fuck about college. See how my brain just tricked itself? I think that's all from me today. I know every time I watch these, I'm not gonna lie, I'd be like, while I'm editing it, I'd be like, see, I have more to say. I have more to say right there. But I'm not even gonna do all that. I know there's gonna be something I'm gonna be like, damn, I should have talked about that, but I didn't, because I'm stupid. No, why? See, why did I say that? I'm not stupid. I'm smart. I need to start doing affirmations. I'm smart. One last college advice for me. Guys, be careful who you're fucking on. Everybody is fucking on each other. I'm telling you. Everybody. It's like one big fuck circle. Just be careful out here. Really, people are really crazy too. I said be careful. And don't be scared to set your boundaries either, because that shit came and bit me in the ass when you start being too nice one time and they don't understand that you were just being nice for the one time. And things get a little awkward. And look both ways before you cross the street. Courtesy flush and stuff like that. I don't know. Anyways, I think that's it for me today. Wait, I actually am gonna have a guest start coming on. If you have not made it to this point in the video, do not ask. Do not ask. But if you have, hey girl, love you. Like, y'all, the spots are getting booked. Not really, just kidding. I just have friends that love doing stuff with me. Love y'all, but seriously, just let me know. Anyways, that's it. That's all I've got to say. Fuck college, but love college. And try, you know? Don't expect to have too much fun, but you probably will. Because honestly, I did have fun. But the first semester was hell. But you already know that, so. It's a mood ring. I don't know why it's green, but it looks blue when I turn it to the side. But I remember they said green is not good. Green means I'm crabby, cranky, or senile. If you made it all the way this far, comment the number 19. And I'll cash app you. Anyways, bye. Oh. Bye.